This weekend will mark the final race of the 2019 Formula 1 season. But before the drivers can sit next to the fire waiting to see what Santa brought them, they will have to tackle the Yas Marina circuit in Abu Dhabi. But how do you perfect a lap around this beautiful man-made island? Let us break down a lap from our very own Veloce Jaaames and show you how to set new records on the game. Here we are then at the final corner, about to tackle this technical circuit. But before we get into that, however, you may have noticed Jaaames has opted for the Mercedes, with the session taking place at midday. This is the fastest car and time of day situation, so if you do want to try and beat world record laps, we suggest you copy Jaaames on this one. Another thing to point out is that Jaaames has the brake bias set to 54% and the differential at 84%. This will change slightly over the lap, but we will check in on that when it does get changed. Right, let's get into the lap. First off, open up the final corner as much as you can. Jaaames does this by completely missing the apex on the last turn, but this will help you maximize your speed down the start-finish straight. Right, then across the line to get the party started. Arrive at turn 1 in 7th gear, looking out for the 100-meter marker board. You want to be braking slightly after this, in fact around the midway point between the 50 and the 100 board. You may have also noticed that Jaaames uses all the track on entry, and this isn't just for fun to see how close that he can get to the wall. No, in fact it's actually to carry more speed through the corner than you would if you were just using the tarmac. And you'll soon realise that this is a concurring theme in not only this track guide but future ones to come. But before we get ahead of ourselves, back to the lap. Drop down 3 gears into 4th and hug the apex curve before slingshotting yourself back out and again using all the track to your disposal. No curb on turn 2 as you'll unsettle the car, however you can really attack the apex through turn 3, pushing the track limits as much as you can. Smooth as you like through turn 4, which is more of a kink than a corner, using the curbs on the left to carry as much speed as possible before arriving to the slow technical section of the track. Keep the car in 7th gear, but look out for where the curb starts on the right hand side. Hard on the brakes and drop down to 3rd for turn 5. Now really attack the curb on the left before getting back on the power momentarily before turns 5 and 6. Dab the brake pedal halfway between the corners and drop down to 2nd, attack the apex, but avoid the exit curb as that will just suck you out wide and you've got a hairpin to get ready for. Short shift up to 3rd and get the car to the right of the track as quickly as you can. Light on the brakes again at the white line, but keep the car out wide. Drop down to 1st and look for a late apex. Once halfway through the corner, gradually start to increase the throttle, short shifting into 2nd, then get the car as straight as you can, avoiding the exit curb before going through the gears as we head on to the first main overtaking straight. Take this chance to relax a little, pull yourself back together. We are not even halfway through. Open up DRS and move your brake bias to 56 as you get ready for a heavy braking zone. The track moves to the left for no apparent reason, and we do as well because we are sheep. Hard on the brakes before the 100-meter board and drop all the way down to 1st briefly to get the car turned in. Easy on the power, short shifting to 2nd and sacrifice your speed through turn 8 to set up the car on the left for turn 9. Short shift again into 3rd and hug the apex. Careful on power on exit as we head now onto our 2nd main overtaking spot on this circuit. Climb through the gears once more and open DRS as quick as you like. Maneuver the pointless kink of turn 10 before planting your car on the right of the track. As much as you want to use the pit lane curb to help carry speed through the next few corners, don't. It will only lose you time. Brake before the 100-meter board and drop down to 2nd gear. Avoid the sausage curb through 11 and short shift into 3rd, then 4th. Easy on the power and now really attack the curbs at turn 12 and 13 of this fast blink and you'll miss it style triple chicane. Use all the exit curb before tapping on the brakes just before the AstroTurf ends. Drop to 2nd, clipping the apex, then short shift to 3rd and avoid the curb on exit. Lower the brake bias back down to 54% during this short burst towards the hotel section. Flat out through turns 15 and 16, brushing the apex on both. Immediately after 16 though, get the car as straight as you can before getting hard on the brakes and dropping down from 7th to 2nd gear. Abuse the curb on the right and short shift to 3rd. Easy on the power once more before a little lift into turn 18. Tap the brake ever so gently if you need it, just like Jaaames does here. Stay in 3rd and clip the apex before heading underneath the spectacular hotel. Short shift into into 4th temporarily and dab the brakes once more, back down to 3rd for turn number 19. And again, gently kiss the apex. Short shift to 4th and follow the track all the way to the outside wall to carry as much speed as you can. Get the car back over onto the left-hand side and use the curb on entry. Brake at the 50-meter board for the penultimate corner, dropping down 1 gear to 5th for this one. Ride the apex curve before getting back on the power as quickly as you can. 1 more corner to go now, and it's not an easy one. You'll be turning whilst braking, so be wary of lockups. Brake just before the white line and stay as far left as you can, but avoid the curb. Follow the track to the right whilst releasing the brake pressure, drop from 6th gear down to 2nd. Kiss the apex and then short shift into 3rd. Don't get too greedy with the exit curb though. Foot to the floor as soon as you can and come across the line, completing a lap of the Yas Marina circuit. James unfortunately just missed out on the world record by 13 thousandths of a second, but what an incredible lap that was. If you feel like you can go faster or just want to share how much you have improved, then leave your lap times in the comments section below. Subscribe to the Veloce Esports YouTube channel for more F1 tips and tricks, and if you want to know what setup James was using, then as always, there will be a link in the description to his channel for all setup guides. Let us know what track you'd like help with next, but until then, I've been Haydon from Veloce, and we will see you next time.